Luminara candles. Well, not exactly like that, but everybody was asking, and so they're back, and we have something brand new from Luminara today that you've never, ever, ever seen before. These, everybody, are the lovely votives, and you get sets of 4, and they go absolutely everywhere with that magical, made by the Imagineers flickering wick. So you can choose the ivory, you can choose the red, or you can choose that beautiful, what are we calling the green one? Hunter, and that's exactly
green.
the perfect name for it. So welcome, my friend.
It's
this is
great
exciting.
to be here.
Hi, honey.
Mwah.
So tell us all about these.
Okay, this was the most requested Luminara product. They said, Susan, we want a votive with that technology. So finally, while we were away, we got to working.
I saw that, you have.
So this is the votive. It's 4 inches high, and that includes to the tip of the flame. So if you're looking around your home and seeing all your mercury votive holders, so many things that you could put these in sconces, so many ways to use these throughout the home, but the most important part is that technology that you mentioned, created by Disney's Imagineers for the Haunted Mansion, but now you can have it in your home throughout the holidays and year-round. It is electromagnetic and LED technology creating that realistic flame that moves and glows just as a real flame would. So you don't have to sacrifice the flame to have Flameless now without that worry of mess and concern.
The other thing is most of these little votive type things, and you know, you can see the cheapy weepy ones out at stores, they use button cell batteries, which, I'm sorry, I can never figure out where to get them or how they go in and out, and they don't last very long, and there's like a million different sizes. So we've made this easier. These work off of AA batteries, and they have a 5-hour timer mode. So often you also can't find votives with timers. So these do have timers, which makes the batteries last longer. These are gonna last up to about 175 hours on that 5-hour timer mode. So that's gonna be well over 30 days before you have to change them out, which is great. So we're looking now at the red set, and remember, you get all 4 of them for 3 easy payments of $19.27. You can also choose the hunter green or that ivory. Let me say, these are so in demand because of all the ways you can use them.
Right. Line your mantle with votive holders with these inside, and with that timer function, you don't have to worry about reaching in and setting them every night. These also work with our remote control that's available on QVC.com, making it even easier. Now, just so you know, you have to have these in the on position, not the timer position if you're using the remote control.
Good tip, thank you.
So, and here I show them, these are just regular glasses from my home store, home decorator store. But how lovely to have one of those at every place setting if you're having a holiday dinner. How beautiful would that be? And it's just so, you can pick these up at a flea market, some old vintage glasses.
Well, we all have containers like this for small candles. By the way, if you have larger Luminara pillar candles, how beautiful would these be mixed in with the big ones? I like having sort of a little cluster of candles of different shapes and sizes.
I agree.
And look what we've done here. We've put some little vintage wax Christmas trees. We've placed them in between. These are going to be perfect within a garland on your table. If you want to stick them in a wreath, these go, if you've got that little narrow windowsill sometimes in the bathroom or some of the rooms that, or if you have an old-fashioned house that has the smaller windowsills, these will fit. The base on these is only 1.5 inches.
Right. Put these throughout your bookcase. You would never ever do that with a real candle, but how beautiful would that look, you know, interspersed throughout a bookcase with your books and your treasures. So pretty. If you have a Valerie mirror, these look so beautiful, clustered on a Valerie mirror on your table as a centerpiece, maybe with some old precious Christmas balls and ornaments that you don't want to hang on the tree.
Pop them in your tree. They're not a real candle, but they look real.
Right, exactly.
You know, back in the Victorian days, I don't know how they didn't all burn their houses down because they had real candles in their real trees. But these are perfect. And let me tell you, very, very popular. I'm just being updated upstairs. The hunter and the red are getting limited. If you want either one of those colors, we have more in stock in the ivory, but remember, the ivory will work year round. So that's something that will blend into any color decor and will work seasonlessly. I just think they're all beautiful, and I love the new size. These are brand spanking new, everybody. We've never shown you these before.
4 inches high to the tip of the flame, and they're the AA batteries, so that gives you well over a month of glow time, which is amazing for a votive. Unlike a real votive, you're not going to be scraping the wax out of your beautiful votive holders. You're not going to have to worry about that. These you can use over and over again on that timer function without even having to remember to put them on, and without having to wipe soot or worry about soot on your ceiling.
Could we bring the lights down even more, guys? I don't know if we can do that or not. These really are stunning in the dark or near dark. So when you come home, ooh, look.
See, now we're getting the real magic.
Oh, don't they look like real candles? Isn't that amazing? You know what this reminds me of? When the carolers stand outside on the snowy lawn and sing you a Christmas carol at your door, and they're all holding a candle.
That is such.
I mean, or the choir in
that's
church.
the Dickens Christmas.
And they're all holding a candle.
Right.
Or you're doing the little Advent procession and everybody's got a candle. I love it. This is the magic of the season, and nothing portrays it more than a beautiful flickering candle.
That's so true. And as you mentioned, Carolyn, we have these items throughout our house, whether it's the vintage glasses, the candle stands, the votive holders, a simple tray that you could put greens and some berries from out in your backyard, some holly. You know, there's just so many ways to use a votive throughout our home, and you're right, it creates the magic of every moment.
We continue to become more and more busy on the lines. We are now down to less than 300 each in the Hunter and the Red. That's all we have left. Susan, do we know if we're going to be able to get any more of these? I don't know.
No.
You know, this time of the year, we can't promise one way or the other because it's very close to the holidays now. So I would just personally, as a shopper here myself, say, if you see something you want, get it.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't wait.
I hate to say it, but it would probably not be
you know,
likely.
So again, there's that beautiful ivory. If you have a lot of color pop already in your home and you want something neutral that will mix right in, get that ivory. If you want to add a little pop of color, a color accent for your dining table, use the red, use the hunter green. But if you want those colors, don't dilly-dally because they're very popular. Over 2,000 of these now ordered. This is the first time seeing it. Luminara is back, and they've brought us new things, including the first time ever votives. And, you know, we were talking earlier, how about that ivory? How perfect for a jack-o'-lantern next fall.
That's exactly
right. Or anything else you put a candle inside like
size.
that, because they look so real. These are not wax, guys. These are resin, so these can go outside without melting. I want you to keep that in mind as well. If you want to put them in your lanterns or something, you know, I wouldn't leave them out in a pouring downpour.
These are not all weather. However, as you mentioned,
but they won't melt.
They won't melt, and you can see
they also won't melt in front of your fireplace.
Exactly,
because
and
they're not wax.
Look at that incredible glow. You don't get that with most flameless candles. This glow will bounce up against your walls. If you have these in front of a mirror, it'll bounce the light out into the room. Look at that beautiful realism without any of, I won't have to scrape any wax off this tray later. And then we have the hunter green, great Christmas color, but also good throughout the year.
That's a great decorator color. Let me just mention, I have a big update for you. We started with 4,000 of these that we were able to bring in. We have 700 left in ivory, 200 in hunter. Red has sold out.
Oh.
So if you want the hunter, very limited now, and really not a lot in that ivory either. So grab these. Remember, you're getting a set of 4 for under